Headlines. Polo ground race course to be set up at Pony Breeding Ground at Lumphapad, announces Chief Minister in Bahrain. Congress critical of everything, ever ready to counter spreading false propaganda on Agnipat scheme, alleges National General Secretary of BJP, C.T. Ravi. Inadequate power to be produced by enriching renewable energy in state, says Power Minister T.H. Biswajit. Hello and a very good evening. Welcome to Mami TV English News Bulletin. I'm KABITA TONGBRAM. Chief Minister in Bahrain has stated that steps have been taken to set up a polo ground and a race course at Pony Breeding Ground located at Lumphapad. Besides developing the grazing ground, the Chief Minister said this while paying inspection visit at the breeding ground today. It may be mentioned that ponies which had been let out on the streets were moved to 30 acres area breeding ground at Lumphapad by Manipur Horse Riding and Polo Association on June 8. Chief Minister in Bahrain paid an inspection visit at the ground around 10 this morning. Minister of Horticulture and Soil Conservation Ledpao Haukip, the Director of Veterinary Department and members of Manipur Horse Riding and Polo Association accompanied the Chief Minister during the visit. Speaking to media persons on the sidelines, Chief Minister in Bahrain stressed the importance of saving ponies and Sagol Kangjai, which are intertwined with the history of the state. Stating that Manipuri pony is not found anywhere else in the world, he said that Manipuri pony is the only horse bred which can graze in water. The Chief Minister further said that elevation work of the 30 acres breeding ground will be carried out soon, while a polo ground and a race course will also be set up at the ground. He also announced that Sagol Kangjai grounds will be set up in 5 districts. The ground will be set up at Wangjing Tenta Awanglekai for the first phase. The Chief Minister called upon the people of the state to jointly save Manipuri pony and Sagol Kangjai.
Isingda sumaina chaba ngamba hainaba sagon se khoi Manipur gi sikhaktane hai atai isingda chaba hite aidi ngasi kadani khangba really proud of it uniqueness to ni koina haijari se anu hujik masi fajana ising kitang chawe part oibanina adubo khogi huji water body sengolakadrori se water body sengolakadrori ba 427 acres muki leba kothor posi masi areas da fajana thonjalaga masima permanently pony sigi sagol sigi oiba mafam ground yauna even race course lamjen tanan bagi adugi circle du yauna masida semkan nabagi khogi planning project khoi leire sida na khoi district manga da Manipur gi valley gi Sagol Shenaba district manga sida Sagol Kangjai ga mari lainaba ground amam develop tawba with stadium ama khoi develop torgani ado atuba matam da ahan boina khoi Wangjing Tenta gi awang lekai gi da leiba Sagol Kangjai ground polo ground da sawa horgani handaki sidagi.
National General Secretary of BJP, C.T. Ravi, has said Congress is always ready to oppose and counter and always critical of everything. It is unfortunate that Congress is spreading false propaganda about Agnipat, he added. He said this at a press conference held at Tambal Sanglen today during his 3-day visit to the state. Addressing the press conference, Ravi said, Agnipat is an exemplary scheme which will not only benefit the Indian Armed Forces but the society at large. It will strengthen India as one of the superpower countries. Stating that the scheme is garnering support from different corners, Ravi lamented that Congress is opposing the scheme. Congress is a failing party in different states who lost deposits for 387 Congress candidates in the recent UP Assembly elections, he said. The party is starting the demonstration as retaliation for the failure in recent state elections, including Manipur, he further alleged. Ravi expresses gratitude to the people of the state for forming a double-engine government by re-electing BJP in the state. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the country is moving forward by introducing many developmental schemes. Through direct transfer benefit scheme, the DPS items have reached every family living below poverty line, he said. Underprivileged section of the society and farmers have availed of the benefits of different schemes like Ayushman Bharat, Jal Jeevan Mission, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Ujjwala Scheme, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi Scheme, among others. With 8.7 GDP growth rate, India's economy is advancing. The nation is marching forward with Modi's principle of reform, perform and transform, Ravi said.
हर विषय के बारे में विरोध करना एक बीमारी है। कांग्रेस को उस बीमारी लगाया है। हर विचार के विरोध करना ठीक नहीं है। अग्निवीर एक क्रांतिकारी योजना है। अग्निवीर के वजह से केवल हमारा सैन्य में नहीं, समाज में भी सुधार हो जाएगा। इसके लिए अग्निवीर सभी स्वागत कर रहा है। कुछ लोग विरोध कर रहा है, पॉलिटिक्स करने के लिए विरोध कर रहा है, ये ठीक नहीं है। हमारा आद्यता सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास के साथ लेकर के जाना, भारत मजबूत होना। भारत मजबूत होना मतलब सभी स्टेट, सभी व्यक्ति, सभी परिवार मजबूत होना। सभी परिवार मजबूत होने के बाद सभी प्रदेश मजबूत होता है। सभी प्रदेश मजबूत होने के बाद देश मजबूत होता है। इसके लिए काम कर रहा है।
Power Minister TONGBRAM has stated that adequate power will soon be produced by enriching renewable energy and will subsequently enhance tariff generation in the state. The minister was speaking at the 45th meeting of Commercial Coordination Subcommittee of North-Eastern Regional Committee at Classic Grande today. The meeting was organized by Manipur State Power Distribution Company Limited, MSPDCL, the Principal Secretary of MSPDCL, Managing Director, Director of NERC, Chief Engineer of Power Department and other top officials attended the meet. Speaking further, Minister Vishajit said state has been facing problems of inadequate power supply because of the state's geographical condition, and as such, it is still hard for the state to be compared with mainland India in terms of power supply. Despite all the problems facing the state, efforts have been made to take up hydroelectric projects, making use of Manipur's rich natural resources. As part of the initiative 66 megawatt Loktak downstream project, the controversial 1,500 megawatt Tipaimuk hydroelectric project, 60 megawatt Irang hydroelectric project, 50 megawatt Tuivai hydroelectric project will be taken up, the minister said. Besides, 29 other locations have been identified to launch 5 to 45 megawatt mini hydroelectric projects. The consultancy process for the projects have been completed and is currently at detailed project report making stage, stating that the concerned ministry had encouraged taking up of the mini hydroelectric projects. Vishajit informed that the projects will be taken up with 90% fund from the ministry and 10% as the state's share. The state will have adequate power supply when the said projects are completed, he said.
What has given us lots of the potential, like say Loktak 66 megawatt Loktak downstream hydro project is under this agreement process. I feel so it has already been completed, but because of the some factors, this is a cost factor only. So there was some, the ministry hasn't accepted the agreement also. We have discussed this matter thoroughly, then it is viable. And by 2025, the rate was 5.35. So that is also after 5 years. So now it is viable now. So we are, state is going to take up the.
Deputy Commissioner Jiribam District W. Malemgan Bachengle has handed over relief items for flood-affected families of Assam to Deputy Commissioner of Assam Kirti Jali at Jiri Thongthak around 11 this morning. Chief Minister In Biren flagged off 3 trucks loaded with relief materials for the flood victims of Assam yesterday. Speaking on the occasion, DC Malemganba said Manipur and Assam have been helping each other in times of need. Chief Minister of Manipur N. Biren yesterday sent a 40-member SDRF team along with the relief materials to help alleviate hardship of the flood victims of Assam. He also recalled that the state has also extended huge help to Manipur for the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly election.
Kasarda ising ka hena saubadagi akhoi yum kai thumdun khotana tawsida honorable chief minister na usin timam na ngarang se imphal dagi hawai cheng thum thau mayam si akhoi Kasar district administration na interest tawnaba tata tratunga SDR personal ni fuga harapani abina asigi timse akhoi visit legarim si akhoi gi Manipur Assam border dani aduga hojik ayakna Kasari Tisida, the Honorable Chief Minister na Tabirpa, Sien Hawaii from Tausi, Sinaragani.
DC Kasar District Kirtiz Ali expressed gratitude to Chief Minister N. Biren for the humanitarian mission.
On behalf of Kasar District Administration, we thank Manipur government and also DCP for really taking these efforts to come and help us out in this time of flood. It's been a never before seen kind of pandemic, disaster, and we're all fighting, and we really appreciate and thank Manipur government and DC Jiribam to come and help us out in this time. Your ration and more importantly the 40 SDRF personnel that you're sending will be a big boost to our efforts.
Manipur High Court has directed the Government of India and Department of Forest, Government of Manipur not to initiate any eviction process against 441 persons who are claiming the status of other traditional forest dwellers of TONGBRAM Panchayat, Kakching District. The High Court also directed the authority concerned to consider the representations submitted by 11 petitioners on behalf of 441 persons to provide them the status of other traditional forest dwellers of TONGBRAM Panchayat, Kakching District and dispose of the same by issuing a speaking order within a period of 2 months. The case was heard in the court of Mr. Justice Ahanthem Bimol Singh yesterday. Advocate Ningomba Bhupendra Maitai appeared as counsel for the petitioners. Attorney General Lenin Hijam, Assistant Attorney General K.H. Samarjit, assisted by Counsel Dimal Kumar Haubam, appeared for the respondents. The case pertains to a writ petition which pointed out that a representation had been submitted to the concerned authorities on behalf of 441 claimants who are claiming for providing status of other traditional forest dwellers OTFD of TONGBRAM Panchayat, Kakching District, Manipur, and that the said representation has not yet been considered by the authorities till today. In the meantime, the Divisional Forest Officer, Thawal Forest Division, Manipur, issued show-cause notice on May 16 last, directing the petitioners and other persons to give explanation with necessary documents, indicating sufficient reasons as to why they should not be evicted from the land of Thongamondum Reserve Forest. If they fail to respond to the show-cause notice within the stipulated time, necessary eviction process will be initiated immediately without further communication. Counsel for the petitioners and Bhupendra Maitai submitted that the present petitioners and other persons altogether numbering about 441 have submitted their representation claiming for providing the status of other traditional forest dwellers of TONGBRAM Panchayat, Kakching District, Manipur, that without considering and disposing of the said representation, the authorities have initiated the eviction process. The Council submitted that the pending consideration and disposal of the claims, an interim order will be passed restraining the authorities from evicting the petitioners from the land presently possessed by them. AIMS, AMSU, DESAM, KSA, MSF and SUK, 6 students organization of Manipur has drawn the attention of the authority concerned to convert the Manipur University of Culture to Central University. A joint press release issued by the students' organization said Manipur is a state with rich heritage which has been able to establish a cultural connectivity. The state has witnessed cultural tradition through cultural synchronization by blending Hindu and Southeast Asian culture. It is vital to set up department for different traditions of the state, subjects, languages and scripts for research purpose at Manipur University of Culture. Hence, they drew the attention of the authority concerned to convert the Manipur University of Culture to Central University. Department of Social Welfare, Government of Manipur has issued an order against giving any intoxicating liquor or any narcotic drug or tobacco product to psychotropic substance to any children who are under 18 years. An order issued by the Director of Social Welfare, N.G. Uttam, notified the public, restaurants, food joints and all the concerned to refrain from giving any intoxicating liquor or any narcotic drug or tobacco product or psychotropic substance to children who are under 18 years, except on the order of a duly qualified medical practitioner as prohibited under Juvenile Justice, Care and Protection of Children Act 2015. As per the provision under Section 77 of the Juvenile Justice, Care and Protection of Children Act 2015, any found defying the Act will be punished with rigorous imprisonment for the term up to 7 years and will be liable to a fine up to 1 lakh rupees, it added. Now it's time for a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Manipur International University. Admission opened for undergraduate program. MIU is an UGC recognized. MIU has a team of highly qualified and experienced faculty manning various departments that are equipped with advanced computer lab, smart classrooms and oriental library. They also provide attractive scholarships and offered unique courses. Classes will be starting from August 2022. Manipur International University, Gari Awang Lekai, near HRD Academy. Helpline numbers 889-978-8788. Manipur International University, success guaranteed.
Welcome you all to UNACO Residential School at Chanung, Imphal East. An exclusive co-education residential school located on a sprawling 50-acre campus will be affiliated to CBSE New Delhi. First academic session will begin in April 2023 for classes 4 to 8. Hurry up for registration.
Welcome back. The devastating flood in Assam claimed 8 more lives, while over 21 lakh people continue to remain in distress under the impact of the deluge, officials said. The death count due to the flood this year amounted to 134, with 8 deaths, which include 5 from Kasar district and 1 each from Kamrup Metro, Morigaon and Nagaon, they said. 1 person was also reported missing in Kasar district, according to a bulletin of the Assam State Disaster Management Authority, ASDMA. However, some improvement in the flood situation, with the total affected population declining to 21.52 lakh in 22 districts, as against the previous days' 22.21 lakh in 28 districts. Most of the rivers showed a receding trend, though Kopli at Nagaon, Barag at Kasar and Karimganj and Kushiara in Karimganj were flowing above the danger level, the official said. In Silchar town, which has been submerged for over a week, efforts are underway to provide relief in those areas where the administration is yet to reach, by airdropping packets with food, drinking water bottles and other essentials by Indian Air Force helicopters. The District Disaster Management Authority, DDMA, UNICEF and OXFM have set up boat-mounted water treatment units to cater to the needy within Silchar and its peripheral areas. It may be mentioned that floodwaters have damaged 79 roads and 5 bridges, even as 6 embankments were breached. Row over Agnipat, the short service recruitment scheme for the armed forces, rocked the Punjab Assembly today. Chief Minister Bhagwan Mann stated that he was in favor of bringing an all-party resolution against the scheme. While speaking during the 0 hour of the budget session, the Chief Minister slammed the union government for the short duration of service under the Agnipat recruitment scheme. The demand to bring out a resolution was met by the leader of opposition, Pratap Singh Bajwa. However, BJP President and MLA Ashwini Sharma opposed the move, saying that the House was being misled. There were heated arguments between the BJP leader and the Treasury benches. Bhagwan Mann noted that the boys of the country appear for the recruitment test by undergoing rigorous and tough stages. He said that the present retirement age is 35 and even after achieving the superannuation, they get re-employment. He added that even after the 3-month duration of the training, it will not help them get re-employed. Bhagwan Mann said that the recruitment scheme is against the spirit of employment and slammed BJP leader Kailas Vijayvargiya over his statement on Agniveers that it was very shameful when the BJP leader said that they will keep Agniveer as security guards in the party office. Now let's have a quick look at the headlines once again. Polo ground race course to be set up at Pony Breeding Ground at Lamphilpat, announces Chief Minister in Viren. Congress critical of everything, ever ready to counter spreading false propaganda on Agnipat scheme, alleges National General Secretary of BJP, C.T. Ravi. An adequate power to be produced by enriching renewable energy in state, says Power Minister T.S. Biswajit. And that brings us to the end of today's English News Bulletin. Keep watching Mami TV for latest news updates. Thanks for watching.